From a dream off. Another.
Yeah, no, he's got the angle for that right hand, and he's landing it. Shot from Crawford.
That's a fantastic body shot from Bud Crawford. Top of dream off coming in, landed that shot right to the right side.
Eastern European fighters are very disciplined, and that's why we can see Magomedov even at this point still being patient.
Back to back, great body shots from Crawford.
That's what we want to see Dreamov start doing more.
Yo, welcome back to the Homies Tribune. It's me, Mike Gam, as your host, talking to the homies. If this is your first time tuning in, if you have tuned in, do you already know the show wouldn't be right without the infamous red cup? Okay, you dig what I'm saying? Don't worry about what's in my cup. It's my cup. Okay? I'm just going to get into it. I don't know if you watched the fight last night. Madrima versus Bud. Hell of a fight. Terrence ended up pulling it off. You know, some say some felt that Madrima won the fight. You know what I mean? I know Eddie Hearns definitely feels that way. But me personally, I think the sports announcers that be talking about the fight or whatever, the announcers, I feel they just said his name more.
Go around the gloves. Stop waiting on the back end those shots. Go take it to
Right there from a dream off and another one, and that tongue sticking out from Crawford.
There's a right hand downstairs, and he doubled up that left. He threw up the rhythm that Bud was catching. I think orthodox would have been better for the straight right hands of Crawford.
Yep.
Listen, I think it was at the end of the day, I think it was good for boxing. You know what I'm saying? People want the best of the best fights. That was a hell of a fight last night. That was a great fight. You know what I'm saying? Hats off to both of those guys. Me personally, I feel Bud pulled it off. I thought he did his thing. Don't get me. I think Madrima came in and fought a great fight. You know, I thought he fought a great fight. It was styles make fight. Both of their styles was perfect. But I just feel Crawford had a bit more of the edge, especially if you look at the end of that fight. You know what I'm saying? And you see their faces, and I know you can't judge it off of the way they look, because if you go look at and the reason why I say that, because if you go look at Tank after the Frank Martin fight, although he won and knocked out Frank, his face looked more like he lost the fight opposed to Frank. Frank didn't. I don't even think Frank had a scratch on him. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. But I definitely feel that Bud just outboxed him, plain and simple. But I like Crawford. This is what I like about Crawford. I like the fact Crawford fight like he's a guy on the street. And what I mean by that is Crawford don't care if you we on the street, it ain't no, oh man, you too big, man. You out of my weight class. We can't fight. Nah, it's imano, man on man. You know, the guy, you know, me, I'm 165, soaking wet. But if I get into it with somebody on the street that's 280, it ain't no, man, you ain't in my weight class. You know, we gotta do what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel Bud fight. He takes on a big task. Shout out Terrence. He's a 4-weight world champion at 135, 140, 147, and now 154. I think it's safe to say that Canelo, we need that fight. Canelo, we need that fight, man. I think it's important to have that fight, man. I think Bud has earned it. Rightfully so. I think he's earned it, man. I will say that it seems like Canelo is ducking a little bit, man. I think he's scared to hop in that ring with Bud because of Bud has that attitude like, man, I don't care who you is. I don't care how big you is. If we here to fight, that's what we gonna do, fight. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? Like he just he gives off that attitude. But I'm gonna be honest though. I think if he go in in fighting the fight that he fought last night, I don't think he'll win that fight against Canelo. And I feel like that for a couple reasons. One, I feel like Canelo's a harder hitter. He hit harder, so it's one of those where it's a yeah, you possibly could see the canvas, with Canelo, and I'm gonna be honest, if you're the bigger star and you getting them shots off, the bigger the shots, they kind of lean towards that person a little bit more. So if you don't come in and put a dominant performance on Canelo, you won't win that fight. Plain and simple. He's still the face of boxing, people, contrary to what people believe. Canelo still brings out people and fill up the seats, man. It's just what it is. If you don't come out and put a hell of a performance on and just really just dominate the whole fight, Bud is going to lose that fight. Like if it was a fight last night where it was like some feel Israel won, some feel Bud won. Me personally, I think if you fight, if it's that little, this could go 50. Canelo's going to take it. Plain and simple. I think that he should. I think he has to have a hell of a performance. You know what I'm saying? Like just plain and simple. I think he has to have a undeniable performance. Just period. I think I heard Canelo say he want to see Benavidez and Crawford fight, but I think Benavidez is just too big. I'm not gonna lie. I think Benavidez is just too big for Crawford, though. But like I said, Crawford is that guy that's like, yeah, I don't care. You 280. We in the street. You want to fight. We have a misunderstanding. It is what it is. Imano. That's what people like about Bud. He that old fashioned, that Jack Dempsey, Langford. He come from that era. You know what I'm saying? Like the Rocky Marcianos. Like, yo, we fighting. Like plain and simple. I don't care about none of that. I don't care how big you is. If it's on, it's on. Period. So I think with the right price, I think if it came down to it, I wouldn't see Bud ducking the smoke from Benavidez if it came to it. You know what I'm saying? Like if this is what I got to do to get to Canelo, I can see them fighting. I can see them fighting if it came down to it like that. But I would want to see Canelo and Crawford. Like just plain and simple. I would want to see that. You know what I mean? Like I think it'd be good for the sport of boxing. Just plain and simple. I would love to see that, man. At 154. At 154, who's the best? Let's get it rocking. Let me know your opinion. If you had to bet your last $1,000 or whatever, $100, whatever you're betting, and this can make you some money, Canelo and Crawford, if they sat down and they had a fight today, well, I ain't gonna say today. If they have a fight and have a camp, where would your money go? And the reason why I'm not gonna say today, because me personally, I love Crawford, but I feel like if they had a fight today and Crawford fought how he fought last night, I think Canelo wins the fight. But I feel if they have a camp, a little 3 months camp, some time out, if I had to put my last little $500, I'm going with Crawford. I just think he wants it more. Me personally, I don't think Canelo's as hungry as he once was, or don't have really much to prove like he once did. That's just my opinion. Y'all get in the comments, let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think Crawford pulled it off last night? Or was it close enough where you go give Israel the edge? Let me know what y'all think. If Canelo and Crawford do fight, where's your money going? Talk to me. Let me know. Listen, give me your opinion. Let me know what y'all think. Oh, throw another twist in there at y'all. I could possibly see one of the you might see one if Canelo don't want to fight, you might see a Charlo twin fight Crawford. That's a fight that I wouldn't be against. I wouldn't be against that at all. Because I think Jamil. I think it's Jamil or Jamal. One of them. One of them still undefeated. And I think he had 154 if I'm not mistaken. I think. Don't quote me on that. But I know they had smoke back and forth before the Earl fight. So this is something that you might want to see. You know what I'm saying? It's still a lot of animosity right there from that whole little Texas camp in Nebraska. You dig what it's still a lot of smoke right there. So that might be a good fight too. But I would like to see Canelo. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Would y'all want to see the Canelo versus Crawford, or would y'all want to see Crawford versus one of the Charlo twins? Like, comment, subscribe, and the ones who have been watching, appreciate you sincerely. Thank you for commenting. Mike Gam, the Homies Tribune, and we signing off this joint. I'm signing off.